Hey, it's Sean with Sean's DIY and Reviews, and today we have two foldables to compare. On the left we have the Pixel Fold, and on the right we have the Z Fold 4. So if you turn one way or the other way, the size of these devices are essentially the same. What you're really getting here is one has a certain orientation of kind of wide and the other has a long orientation, is what I'm going to call them. And so I've used the Z Fold for quite some time. I had the 2, the 3, and now the 4. And then when I kind of learned about the size of this one, I felt like there was something really good about it. You can go back. I had actually had the Surface Duo, and I really like that device because, I like the fact that we have one screen here instead of two screens, but what I really liked about the Surface Duo is that you had a more of a wider front, and so that's where this device, in my opinion, shines compared to this device. So I feel like the Samsung device definitely just is way too narrow. So it's a screen that I don't feel I could really use, and I really never did use the front screen of this device, because basically I guess it's usable in certain ways, but it's really hard to type on because of how narrow it is. So I would say narrow is a big part of the problem, but also, the height-wise as well, it's definitely a lot higher and harder to reach to the top and the bottom as compared to here. A few things that I like better about this Samsung device is the fact that when you go into your app screen, you can put apps together, you can group them, and you can't do that over here. The other thing that I'd say, and this has to do with Samsung's One UI, which I think is, in my opinion, is better than the software on the Google. Obviously, the Google Pixel has pure Android, so you're getting that. But, when you just try to type something here, you're going to get something that's just so much easier to type on. I'll pull up a screen right here where I can do that, and, here you have a nice size keyboard, and when you come over here, it's really cramped. And so, when you're, let's do, apples to apples, I guess here. I just set this one up. But basically, when you go into here, you have a keyboard that's just so much more narrow. You can see here the keys from one device to the other, and there's just much more room for your fingers. Where here, I felt like these are a little too close to the case, and, you can say, well, maybe I won't use a case. But it's also just, with your fingers, it's just really hard to hit the right size, the right number here, the right letter. I do like the fact that the keyboard also is better on here and much easier to use than the keyboard here. But overall, the other thing that I would say is the software integration. So when I open up and watch a YouTube video, to me, the screen size here, I always have to take this and turn it sideways, okay? Whereas when you open this up, it's naturally that way. So if I just pick one of my videos, and I'm going to turn the volume down here, but if I just pick one of my more recent videos, right there, in this orientation, you'll see exactly the same thing that you'll see without having to rotate the phone. Does that really matter? Not necessarily, but when you go like this, right, if this screen is up and down the way it's supposed to be this way, you have much less screen space as far as size-wise, but you don't have to rotate, so that's just one extra step. There are definitely a number of things that Samsung, I think, does a lot smoother on their phones. And they've been doing the foldables for longer. But I had said a number of years ago, had this thing just folded this way, it would be so much more usable. So if my screen here was, screen and then back, that would be where I'd like it. And I know the newer Samsungs have actually gone to that, have become much more of a wider screen on the front, still with a similar height. But I think this, just having that right here, I never actually have to rotate the inside of this device. It's always in the orientation that I'd like it to be, whereas here I have to rotate it. And so if I'm opening this device up, this is the way it looks like. And essentially here all I have to do is open this up. Here I open it up, but it's smaller until I rotate it. So I think that makes the Pixel a much more usable device from that perspective.